Welcome to the third tip in this video series. So it is actually a series of 4 videos because there's one that gives you context on why these tips are important. So you don't have to go back and watch the other videos in this series, but I would encourage you to watch them after you watch this because they all kind of go together. So the third tip from our friend Justin, the recruiter, is to make sure that your resume and your LinkedIn profile work together. More broadly, think about Justin's perspective. What is he looking for? As we mentioned earlier, if you're applying to work in the Seattle area, you're often going to be working for a company that's very tech forward, if not a tech company, and that's true in a lot of other markets now as well. So it's very important that you have a strong online presence. And for someone like Justin who's trying to get a deep picture of who you are, he wants to see how you're marketing yourself. He wants to see what is your personal brand. So you're trying to paint a picture of who you are, and you want to give him as much information as possible, and you really want to take control of the way that a recruiter is seeing you. So how do you do this? The first kind of nitty gritty that he's looking for is he doesn't want to see a strong contradiction in your resume and in your LinkedIn profile. So let's dig into what that means. Now, the main thing he's looking for is to make sure that your work experience on your resume and your work experience on your LinkedIn line up. So the way a lot of people will do it, which works out well, is first of all, you can put more information on your LinkedIn than you have on your resume. So you don't have to keep that resume to just the one page unless you are only a couple years out of your bachelor's degree, you don't have a ton of work experience, but you might have more on your LinkedIn, and that's helpful. So it's okay to have maybe shorter descriptions on your resume if you think that's going to be helpful. And your resume might be more catered to that specific job description. That is a big do. However, you want to make sure they don't contradict each other. That is going to be a huge red flag for a recruiter. So the other thing to think about is if someone like Justin gets your resume, he says he looks through it, he says the next thing he does is goes to look at your online digital presence. The first place he goes is LinkedIn. So when you go to your LinkedIn, what does your picture look like? Does your picture look professional? Does it reflect you? Is there a picture there? And then is everything up to date? So it's not a great idea to make this beautiful resume tailored to that job, which is all great things to do, but then completely neglect your LinkedIn. That is you showing that you understand the importance of your brand, but it's also showing that you know how to use technology that's important to everyday life. So in summary, make sure that your resume and your LinkedIn profile work together, and make sure that you are keeping your LinkedIn profile up to date and it really has an accurate picture of who you are and what you can offer the company.